Well, I wanted to bring back the rolling videos. I wanted to bring back the rolling videos on either the anniversary of the last one or on the anniversary of the first one, which would be in September. But I think now's as good a time as any. But I'm gonna start with I'm gonna start bringing back the rolling videos at the anniversary of the rolling video 50 cal Madus. But here are my predictions for 2022. Let's start out with the dating market. Now, as much as we give people crap for at the tickets for people ordering dolls, or companion dolls, I should say, believe it or not, they're going to begin, believe it or not, with this graduating class coming of age, they're going to become more common. They're going to become more and more common as things go along, because a lot of young men are not getting access to copulation. They're going to become more and more common, which is basically going to change the market, the sexual marketplace. Now, they're going to continue. They're not going to stop with this. They're not going to stop trying to shove these new variants down our throats. But it's okay. That comes around. That what goes around comes around. Next, concerts are going to have more restrictions on them via in lieu of the Travis Scott scenario. Artists are going to begin to take their concerts a little more seriously and less neglectful. So there's no liability, so they don't have to have the liability. Some venues are going to start to take some responsibility off of the artists themselves, or they're going to take some of the responsibility for anything that happens. The next thing is we're going to go back to dating. We have seen 2020 where people could not stand each other staying in the same building, in the same room for 6 months. And the men deciding to remove their mortal souls off of the face of this planet was basically skyrocketed, because, well, if a man's working, he has a purpose. He has some semblance of a purpose. Now, the male self-deletion rate is going to have long-term effects. Some of those long-term effects are going to be a lot of women's access to men on the lower levels. Now, into 2022, men are going to realize that men are going to come to the conclusion, I should so say, not really, they're going to come to the conclusion that everything they do for society is pointless, and they're just going to withdraw and pour more of their energy into their job, into their work, into their job, into their hobbies. There's gonna be a beginning of a new reckoning. Men are already beginning to stop talking to women at the bars. You're beginning to see the aftermath on TikTok. These are just hypotheses. Just hypothesis, nothing to be taken too seriously. Basically, more than likely, I'm probably going to be wrong. But for the most part, the younger generation who are coming of age are going to begin to stack their bread up and have companion dolls instead of girlfriends. Basically against their parents' ire. Their parents are going to beginning to understand, are going to beginning to reach out and find out what the red pill is. Henceforth, the red pill and MGTOW, we need to change. There's no doubt about the fact that we need to change our behavior. We need to clean up. Because we wasted 2020. Flat out, 2020 was a waste. But if we cannot waste these events that are coming up, because parents are going to eventually want to see the red pill for what it is. And they're going to speak out. They're either going to speak out against us based on how it is right now, or they're going to understand. So, mothers and fathers, responsible mothers and fathers of the children that are discovering this, if you just so happen to catch wind of my content, the off chance that you manage to catch wind of my content, basically, I want to tell you this. The dating market is not the same as when you last left it. The dating market is different. Your daughters, with all due respect, your daughters are basically meeting men of my age and older at the finish line. They don't have your drive to build with their partner. I am sorry to say this, but you have failed your daughters. You have failed to instill a drive to build with the partners instead of meeting them at the finish line. And that is going to be, it's going to hurt your daughters in the long run. Because older men like me are dogs. Especially if they built something, like a business, like a firms or something to that nature. If they built it, they're 9 times out of 10, your daughter is going to get hurt, is going to get pumped and dumped. If they're CEOs, CFOs, whatever they are, your daughters are going after those men who already should be married and with a family. That's who your daughters are going after. Those are your daughters are getting hurt by. Not us, not MGTOW, not red pill men. For the most part, most of us have left your daughters alone. There are some that will probably pump and dump your daughter. That is just what it is. It's what it is. I am letting you know this now, sir, ma'am, so that you're not surprised. If you just so happen to trip over my channel, I hope there's an understanding. I hope I come to give you a better understanding of what is to come. Because your daughters are going after the CEOs. Not anybody their age anymore. They're catching people at the finish line, not running the race with them. I can't apologize because I can only apologize for my actions, and I'm not going to do it. Don't hold your breath. You'll find a carry-on biting your face by the time it happens. Or a vulture, or a buzzard of some sort. But those are my predictions / understandings of what may happen in 2022. This is Red Pill in the Wind, signing off.